Hey guys, Isaac Phillips here, and thank you for clicking on this video. So since this film finally made it onto Disney Plus, I was finally able to watch it. So my brothers, dad, and I watched it. I will say, this film is awesome. So without further ado, let's get into it. So Thunderbolts begins with Yelena doing some assassin stuff. I don't really know what she is doing at this point, but it doesn't matter. Anyways, while on this mission, she girl bosses her way through a hallway of armed security guards, but realizes that she needs one of the guards' photo IDs to access a door. So she does the next logical thing and blows up a portion of the building.
Assignment is... Oh wait, hang on. Assignment is complete.
Next, we cut to a meeting where a CIA agent named Valentina Allegra de Fontaine is at risk of being arrested for her illegal experiments. Yelena wants to help Valentina and asks for her father Alexei to help, but Alexei is too busy to help since his life is falling apart. He also has a limousine business, so there's that. We also meet Bucky, who is now a congressman, but he thinks politics is boring. Anyways, Yelena is now tasked with raiding a warehouse factory thing in the middle of the desert. In this building, Yelena encounters John Walker, the ex-Captain America from Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Also in the fight are Taskmaster from Black Widow and Ava/Ghost from Ant-Man and the Wasp. While fighting, a man named Bob shows up, and not even he knows how he got there. The group then joins forces and tries to escape. They escape by wedging themselves against themselves and the wall while climbing up a shaft of some kind. They escape, barely, but the CIA is outside waiting, led by Valentina. Yelena has a plan to escape, but that plan backfires. So John Walker improvises and they almost escape, but they need ID to escape, which they don't have.
Identify yourself. No.
So Bob, in a last-ditch effort, sacrifices himself so they can escape. But it turns out Bob has superpowers and flies away before crashing back to Earth. So the gang escaped, for now. We do learn that Bob was once part of Valentina's illegal project called the Sentry Project. So the gang are now stuck out in the desert until Alexei somehow drives his shabby limousine from DC to the western USA and offers to help them. It is here where the team is officially named the Thunderbolts.
Yeah, go Thunderbolts.
What? Yelena?
Oh my god.
You named them after your Pee Wee soccer club?
So the team is officially called the Thunderbolts. However, the military starts chasing them. It looks hopeless until Bucky starts blowing up the military vehicles, including Alexei's limousine. Not gonna lie, this scene was awesome. Later, Bucky interrogates the Thunderbolts. They tell him about Bob, but he doesn't believe them. He then gets a phone call from Valentina's friend, who tells him about Bob.
What guy?
Bob.
Bob.
Bob!
So Bucky joins them. They drive a truck through the front door of the building, and they try to rescue Bob. However, Valentina convinced Bob to embrace his new Sentry identity.
It is my great honor to introduce to you the Sentry.
Bob eliminates the Thunderbolts easily, but lets them escape, since he sees no reason for killing them. He then gets shot and then gets possessed by a shadow monster. The shadow turns him into the Void. The Thunderbolts disband temporarily. Alexei tries to comfort and encourage Yelena, which works. Next, Bob reveals his true superpowers and turns everyone into shadows. Yelena has a theory about the shadows and steps into the shadow, which transports her into a flashback she had from earlier. Bob's shadow realm, if you will, basically acts like Inception. After traveling through some of her flashbacks, Yelena eventually finds Bob, and the rest of the Thunderbolts find them as well. With the help of Bob, they travel through his memories and eventually find Bob's Void form in a hospital room. Void tries to use some magical reality-shifting powers to stop them, but the Thunderbolts prevail and stop him. Bob seems to have no memory of this event. Valentina uses this victory to boost her ego.
And thanks to my hard work, they got him.
So, the city is saved, the Thunderbolts are officially a team, and the media is polarized about this new team. So, this movie is outstanding. I really do believe Marvel is finding their way back to being awesome. Although these movies are barely making money at the box office, at least the films themselves are awesome. The best thing about this film, in my opinion, is how they set up Bob to be the villain. You start out as a random man, but over the course of the film, he became evil. The shadow entity was also awesome. Although it was just lurking in the corner and only struck sparingly, it still felt intimidating. The team dynamic was also awesome. I love how this team is just a bunch of misfits trying to save the day. The fighting scenes and the car chase were also spectacular. But what do you guys think? Did you like the movie or not? Do you think Marvel has it in them to return to their glory days, or are they doomed? We have now reached the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time I upload. See ya.